It is actually like a winter wonderland.
We weren't planning on coming to the Helsinki Christmas market. We were originally going to do the Baltics like Latvia, Lithuania and Estonia and have one full day here tomorrow exploring Helsinki. But the Christmas markets have been too good.
Could not resist. Literally catching the tram here, it was just snowy, awesome landscape after snowy, awesome landscape. We just couldn't resist getting straight back out and going out into it.
So even though we did wake up at 4 a.m. this morning, we're going to the markets. So, this isn't necessarily one of Europe's most popular Christmas market destinations, and I feel like that's because if you're coming all of the way to Finland, why not go to Lapland and see Santa's village and meet the big man himself? But this market has over 100 vendors selling food, drink, hand-knitted crafts and everything you could think of, which might make it one of the biggest Christmas markets we've been to so far. It's not as cold as it has been previously, we're actually in the positives of temperature, but still, who doesn't need glue to warm up?
One thing I've noticed that kind of separates this market from the rest that we've seen is just the sheer organization here. Like every aisle has its own thing that it's selling. There's a food and drink aisle, there's like hand knitted things and handmade woodwork stuff as well. It's really, really cool and really easy to navigate. And it means we know exactly where we're going now. Glog. To find some glue.
Cool. We haven't seen these at a Christmas market. It's like a little indoor tent and there's even a space heater. So good. Maybe I'll stay here, you can go get the book.
So, got it. So it's got a sign that says Glogi, whereas when we were in Estonia they were saying Glog and all the signs are saying Glog. Apparently it is interchangeable, but this one comes with shaved almonds and sultanas in there. How cool is that? They're like the two best ingredients I've seen, so I'm excited. Really hot. Really nice, really hot. Cheaper than Estonia.
Really?
Yeah. Estonia was €4 or €5. Their smallest one was $4. Here, the smallest one's $3.90.
Just.
You wouldn't expect it.
I think the reason it's a bit cheaper is because we were getting the high alcohol percentage ones when we were in Estonia. But I really like the shaved nuts. Instead of it all like sinking to the bottom and soaking up the alcohol and having it at the end, you just get to have it throughout. I like it. I feel like this is the sweetest, fruitiest one we've had. I wonder what cheers is in Finnish.
First initial impressions of the market here in Helsinki, it is different. I like it, and it is nice with all the stalls here, but all the stalls are not made out of like the traditional wood-colored wood. I know that sounds stupid, but it feels less cozy. Like it feels almost more modern and less traditional. Whereas the ones in Riga were decorated like gingerbread houses and they had kind of like Christmas themes to them. And the Estonia ones where we just were, they were all wooden and like dressed to the nines, proper Christmas.
I think what it is that's throwing you off is there's something about them and the colours that they're painted and the shiplap that looks like beach huts. I think that's what it is.
Oh.
Next on the agenda, I think we'll walk around a couple of the markets and then maybe find something to eat. Whoa, so much steam. Tells you in pictures what stuff is. Bees, tomato, flowers and fish is where we're going next. Blacksmithing, is that what it's called? Blacksmiths just blacksmithing. Have a nice night. Thank you. one item secured. Now we saw these pastries that heaps of people were lining up for, so I think that's going to be the savoury portion, and then maybe back to where we got the first vlog because they were the cheapest by like half.
I am now realizing that they were probably the cheapest because they probably didn't have any alcohol in them. Probably. This can't be half the price for the same thing. Can't be. We'll find out though.
I'm good, thank you. What is this?
The traditional one is with rice or potato.
Ooh, potato. Do you want to do a reindeer as well?
Oh yeah.
Can we please have one reindeer and one potato? Have a nice night.
Thank you.
Back to the other side?
Yeah.
They're like traditional pastries from some area. We got the traditional potato flavour and then reindeer.
Which feels a little bit mean, to be honest, having reindeer at Christmas. Sorry, Santa.
These are such a good idea.
I think I'll go reindeer first. Oh, I think that's the kangaroo one.
Kangaroo.
Reindeer one, sorry. What's the other one? We got rice.
Potato.
Potato. Okay, yeah, it's probably the kangaroo one. It's probably the reindeer one. Clearly missed in Australia. Tastes pretty good.
This is the busiest stall we have seen at this market, and I think the reason why is because they're €1.40 per pastry, which is by far the cheapest thing we have seen for food, apart from the fact that I just saw that this stall sells hot dogs for €3.
Oh.
So I'm pretty sure Jordan will get one of them after as well. This one's very yellow. Love this. It tastes like the top of a potato pie. That sort of potato where it's crisped up a little bit and then just the edge of the casing that you get with that. Really, really good.
Potato or reindeer?
Potato. Less guilt.
Only €3. Like, they're small. But they look like the same as the ones in Riga. A lot less expensive.
For dessert, we got a cinnamon bun. I don't know if these are like traditional here or just super popular, but they're everywhere. Very sugary, very cinnamony. Perfect Christmas treat. I wish it was warm though. Neither of us really want to leave because this is the last Christmas market we're going to, so I think we're going to keep walking around and around and around until we finally are too exhausted. Just fully making glassware, like blowing glass in this Christmas market. That is so cool. It comes out of the furnace like red hot and then he's spinning it around making like a glass or something. That and a blacksmith? That's a cool thing that this market has that other ones haven't.
We have come back up to the top of the market to get away from the weather and kind of give final verdicts of our 4 markets that we went to.
What was your favourite?
It's so hard because I have favourites for different things. Best tree I think was Riga.
There's something about just the classical green tree with red and gold on it that just...
Completely agree. I think the stalls and the setup, my favourite was Estonia.
Yeah, Talon
Yeah,
for sure.
Talon, yeah.
It was something about them being like decorated really nicely and they were spread apart and like there was enough of them but it was still tight and cozy.
And the like surrounding courtyard had 2 medieval restaurants there. Like,
Yeah,
it was really
it gets
cool.
better than that.
It doesn't get better than that. Most entertaining is probably this one, Helsinki, because of the glass blowing and a blacksmith. That's really cool.
And Vilnius will just always have a special place in our heart because it was the first ever Christmas market.
Vilnius was great too.
And that tree, I will say, is probably my second favourite just because of the creativity and fun story behind it. I've loved European Christmas markets.
Can't believe you've done them all.
Can't believe that was the last one. I'm so glad we snuck one more in there.
Yeah. And tomorrow we've got one more full day here in Helsinki.